All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition of RJ's Lives. Uh, got already a bunch of people in the chat room. We got Retro Stu and Sean, Ground Fog, El Phoenix is here. Uh, let's see, anybody else? Mikey Newman is here. So welcome, guys. Welcome into the show. Today, you see our panel is a little bit on the light side, so it's kind of going back to the way it used to be with just me and Tom and a guest or two, because both Slippy and Thrifty have kind of dedicated themselves to their live show. So they're going to be occasional guests on this show, but it was too hard for them to try to do two shows back to back, and I completely understand that. So we wish them well, and we'll see them from time to time over on this show as well. So, anyways, how are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing just fine. Is this live or is it Memorex?
That'll be for you to determine in a future
Oh,
state of
okay.
mind.
Yeah, I'm
And,
live. I'm live.
oh, you're live? Okay, good.
Okay.
And we have our special guest, Andrew from Baxter's Blades, the Tired Tiger himself. And you're a little tired, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little tired.
Okay, well, there you go. Good deal. Good deal. So, anything new and exciting either of you want to announce for your channels or anything else?
Yeah, History Delights. I just put up a new video on History Delights.
I saw that. I haven't had a chance to watch it though.
Yeah.
Me too.
Now, you might want earplugs for the last part of it because I do sing.
Oh, my goodness. I thought Singing Toad was the only one who sung on this thing, but I don't know. What's going on? CB Tactical is here. Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. Addicted to Blades. Dean P. Fantastic. So welcome, guys.
Terrific.
Glad to see you're here. All right. Well, I just thought maybe we do a little bit different kind of thing. We'll talk about the lighter side of EDC knives. We'll talk about some of the smaller ones that are there. Anybody want to go first, or shall I lead it off?
You go right ahead. You and the Tired Tiger go right ahead. I'm kind of busy doing some of my producing duties. So
okay, very good. I see the Kirby Creek outfit is here. Welcome. Well, one of the knives that you have to start off when you're talking about small knives, I mean, there you go. The original Tadpole, the one that became the Angry Watermelon, but this is just so much fun of a little small knife, very capable. And I always thought, because it has kind of a large bolster compared to its body size, I thought of it as an assisted Barlow, but it's definitely a fun little knife, and one that set the knife community a storm in the knife community here about a year or so ago. But they are definitely some fun little knives. But I'll just start off with that one, and then I'll cede the floor to Andrew. We'll see what he brought today.
Small blades.
Yeah.
This is a small cotton sampler. It's
nice.
3 inches tobacco bone. Video is coming out for my Mini Monday. Also, I was lucky enough to win yet again at Saturday Knife Live. This is a Made in America Wesson, WESN.
Yeah.
It's 3 inches, but it's a little chunk though. It is cherry wood.
Which model is that one?
This is the Henry.
Oh, the Henry. Okay, yeah.
And it's cherry wood. I think it's titanium bolsters because they do have a titanium model. But they were saying they were 12C27N, but this one is actually 14C28N. And
nice.
Blew my socks off when I thought it was just, he has a little folder, and I think he threw in a Best Techman purple modern knife, and I was looking forward to this, and I was like, holy moly, probably the most expensive knife I own. And 3 inches, and it's really cool because it's just a slip joint, but it has a weird notch there, so it doesn't want to totally go. It kind of locks in really good, and then really good snap pop.
That is a cool little knife. I've been interested in those, the Wesson knives, but I've always been like you. I'm kind of, they're a little pricey.
Yeah.
They're a little on the spendy side, but
Yeah.
they are cool. They're made in America, and it's nice to support a small American knife company that they're doing it. And they do have several good models that are interesting. That's for sure. It's definitely a brand I'd like to explore.
For sure.
Good stuff.
And I thought $50 peanuts from Case where it was expensive. I couldn't imagine a $100 and something, 3-inch knife. But it is a worker. It is built stout for sure.
Well, that's cool. Well, thanks for letting me have a better look at one, because they're not a whole lot on YouTube. So
yeah, I'm going to do a review of it coming eventually.
Yeah,
on the list.
I know how that is. I do. I know how that is, because you get knives, and as you make videos and stuff, I mean, you have knives that are still in your backlog and stuff. I mean, I still have a backlog of knives that I need to make videos on. It's especially on the older knives that I have, because those are the ones that take the time to actually have to go research and look them up and stuff. So let's just put it this way, that in the far off pipeline, I got some really cool Way Back Wednesday stuff to share. I just need to learn more about them before I show them off. All right, are you ready?
Can I just interject something here?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if it's my internet or problems with YouTube, but I'm trying to post the channel addresses, and I keep getting errors back. So I'm having to do it 2 or 3 times. So I don't know if YouTube's acting up.
I was having that issue too, but mine seems to have cleared up. So I don't know.
If there's any channels out there and you don't see your channel link, please help me out and let me know. I'm trying to get them up there. So.
Yeah, same thing's happening to me occasionally.
Yeah,
okay.
So it just must be a YouTube thing, because this hasn't happened before, where all the guests are having problems, and the host as well. So,
well, this guest has had problems for many years, but that's a separate live show. That's a psychoanalytical live show. We won't do it here.
No, none of us are qualified to even start to go there.
So I'll jump in real quick before I go back to work here. I got to be careful opening this thing up, because these little blades are sharp and they're hard to open individually.
Here, let me bring you up full screen.
They're so tiny. Oh my goodness. I have a Rough Rider Congress, and a couple years ago, I'm like, I don't own any Congress patterns, and I just saw this on the screen, and it was, I don't know, $12, $13 or whatever it was, and I thought, I'll just order that just so I can say I have a Congress. I didn't check the specs. I didn't look at the size. And you can't tell by the picture, but yeah, it's a little tiny thing. So it's a 4-bladed Congress, and I'll try to get these blades open.
Is that the 2-inch one?
I don't even know if it's 2 inches. I guess, yeah, it's probably 2 inches. But you got hoping.
Yeah, I have one in white.
Yeah, this is in green bone. And there's one blade. Okay, the suspense is building. Can I open them all without cutting myself? There's a sheep's foot.
This is what's great, is the idea of danger on a live show. I mean,
absolutely. I don't. Now, this is what I'm talking about, because you're trying to pull these little blades and you slip off and you can bump into these here. And so you got to be careful. There's the little pen blade for it.
Now with 3 blades open, do we need a drum roll, Andrew? Is that what we're at on this? Or
the pressure is on. Hey, looky there. So I guess it's got 2 sheep foot, a coping, and a pen.
Very nice.
But it is a cute little knife, and like I said, those blades are sharp. So
The only thing
green-
is with that built-in key ring thing on the one bolster, it looks like it would not be good to. You couldn't use the blades on that side of the knife as much, but I don't know.
yeah, not without taking it off your key ring, if that's where
Yeah,
you're carrying it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of a cute
That
little
would be
knife, and the bone is real nice on it.
Oh yeah, it is. Rough Rider does a good job on their bone covers. I think they do really good with the dye and everything else.
Yeah. So okay, back to work.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Wow, I got a bunch of knives. Let's go for this one. Here is a little Marbles lockback, which I like these little guys. They come in different colors. You can get it in. This is in tan, but it also comes in black or orange. Which, gosh, that reminds me. I have an orange knife open tag going on right now. So maybe I need to pick up the orange one. Let me know in the talk box. But yeah, we got this. It's a really handy little knife. It's just a 3-finger lockback, but I really love the blade shape, and these are very affordable. I think they were like $9.99 or maybe even a little bit less now. I don't know. They're not very expensive, but definitely a good little knife. One that's very handy, and one that's similar to that would be the Case. This is the small caliber lockback, but these are under, I think, $16 still, and a nice little Zytel handle. You get some True Sharp surgical steel, and just a really nice little small thin lockback, one that will hide in your pocket and get you through your day. That's for sure. Nice little fifth pocket carry.
So is that Marbles micarta you said?
No, it's not micarta. This is just like a plastic FRN or
Okay.
or something. Yeah,
I-
not micarta. If I said micarta, I didn't mean to.
No, I wasn't paying attention apparently.
Oh,
their
it's okay.
larger lockbacks are pretty cool too, and they're very affordable. I think they do have them in micarta,
Yes.
possibly like a copper or brass covers also.
Yeah, I do. I have the micarta, the larger lockback, but it's about right in between like a buck 112 and a buck 110 size.
Okay.
It's a really cool knife. I didn't bring it on this one. I can go get it if you'd like, but it was because of it being a small knife show. I didn't grab that one.
I found a few of my small knives.
Okay, good.
This is a toothpick. It's a Frost Silver Horse, and it is 3 inches closed. Black blade. They do have some file work on the back of it. Smoky Mountain listed it as a stag, but it's actually just a torched bone. But I think this is my only toothpick. Pretty cool little knife.
Yeah, they are cool.
No half stop, but good walk and talk. And then I of course have the Peanut in the same series. I was trying to figure out why they had like T6 screws on the covers, and you had made a comment like, "Well, it's a modern traditional." And who mentioned? Can't remember. Somebody mentioned. Oh, it was Last Chance Knives said that. Well, maybe with the T6 screws, if you ever had to put your own covers on there, you could just unscrew them and put your own covers on. So that's
Right.
something interesting. I mean, obviously you do have a pin for the back spring. You'd have to work around and figure that out. But yeah, if you ever broke your covers on this, you may be able to make your own wood ones or whatnot.
Very interesting. Yeah, for sure.
I know this isn't a mini, but I saw that Kirby Creek is in the chat. Thank you very much, sir. This is an awesome case. Stockman. It's in the brown bone with the arrowhead shield. I wanted to give him a shout out. He sent me one of Tom's Sargent knives to review, and this, surprising enough, was in the package. Thank you very much, Mo.
That is a sweet knife. That really is. That's a. I mean, Case Stockmans are just awesome. Anyways.
Yeah, this is my first medium Stockman. I was actually looking at it for a while, and I'm glad I didn't get it because Mo noticed that was one missing in my collection and sent it to me. So my first actual case knife gifted to me too, which blew my socks off.
Yeah, that's very sweet. Yeah, Mo is a great guy. He does fantastic things. I still love that Buck 112 that he gifted me and put in my collection. I really still am blown away from that. I mean, the generosity was just awesome. That really touched me. I gotta admit.
Tom's back.
Are you back, Tom?
I made it back.
Okay, good. People in the chat box are asking if you're cold.
Am I cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was earlier. It's been down in the 40s and 50s and rainy and cold and windy.
Oh,
and
really?
It's just got that chill in the air, you know. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it has been cold here.
Yeah, it's not been like that at all here on the West Coast.
It's basically started raining Wednesday night or Thursday and rained for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, wow.
So lots of rain and wind.
Yes. Well, it sounds like definitely time to bundle up.
Yep.
Yep. Patrick says it best. He says, "I know, Tom. It's a freezing 80 degrees here." Yeah,
there you go.
About that here.
Tom, did you have a small knife you wanted to show?
Yeah, I've got some handy here. My tablet bit the bullet. I don't know why. I'll try to get it up and going here. I'm on my phone. So we'll see here. What I have here is this is a knife I bought very early on when I really started collecting knives. And this is a little colonial pen knife, two-bladed jackknife. And I guess now that I see it, it's a sleeve board pattern, it looks like.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
It's got the little... So it's my understanding and in my reading on knives like this, they would have this little thing here. And yeah, you could put it on a keychain, but a lot of times they'd put these on the watch fob. So as you poke the chain, through your buttonhole on your vest, then you can attach this to the backside of the chain, and then the chain wouldn't come out back through the buttonhole. Or if you had a pickpocket, this would help stop it from coming through your buttonhole, and you always had a little knife with you that way. So,
yeah, that little thing. I guess its official name is a clevis, or as,
yeah, it's a clevis.
Most people call it a bail.
Clevis.
Either one, yeah.
So, yeah, just a really nice little colonial in very good shape yet.
Yeah, it is.
I have no idea how old it is, but just judging on the, kind of the style of it and the covers here, probably 50s, 60s, somewhere in there maybe.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yep. So, yeah, little tiny colonial jackknife.
Very cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, they just don't make them like they used to.
No, they don't.
Sometimes better, sometimes worse nowadays. That's for sure.
Oh, I have a special message for Thrifty Kniffy.
Oh, okay.
Buttonhole, 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 buttonhole. Yeah. And he knows what that means.
I don't know what that is code for, but okay.
He said, stop saying buttonhole. You're making me giggle.
Okay. I didn't know it was I don't know. I didn't catch it. But let me see. Since TK is here in the house, where is it? I got it around here somewhere. Oh my goodness. There it is. here's a small knife that that he told me about that I did not know about, and that is this Old Timer Mighty Mite. And these are really cool knives because they are definitely a fifth pocket knife, but they have that little liner lock right there. So definitely a Mighty Mite. You know, it's little. It's like you see, I can get 3 fingers on it, but you wouldn't have to worry about this little guy closing on you because it does have the liner lock. You know, so really cool fifth pocket carry. And since you know we're here talking about old timers and stuff, here's the Uncle Henry Rhodey, which is probably the best name for a knife ever. You know, so I think these are really cool. It has a clevis, and I think this is probably one of my favorite small carry knives. I really do enjoy carrying this one a lot. Its brother in the stable is the 12OT, the PAL, and so this is the old timer version, but still that same long nail nick and just a sweet little knife. Just these are really cool. I never get tired of these little small old timers, and that's a frame size of knife that I think they really old timer excelled at making these small useful knives. They
That Rhodey is really cool. I thought about getting one.
you should definitely get one because I mean this is good for you because you like to ride on your bike. You could clip this you know to yourself and it would stay there. You know, you wouldn't have to worry about it falling away.
Yeah. Those, I think they're about 3 inches or closed. Is that true?
I would have to go get a measuring stick, but I think you're about right.
Pretty small. They're pretty small.
Yeah, they're pretty small. Yeah, that's for sure.
So I know you guys have already seen this, but I'm going to show the people in the chat.
Yeah.
This is the Buck 55. I just posted a video last night. This one has a date stamp of 2006. It's in hand-carved buffalo. My friend picked this up on his motorcycle road trip across the country. It's about 3 3/8 inch close, a 2 3/8 inch blade, nice little lockback, and it is signed by Chuck Buck himself, dated 2008 on the blade. I don't know if that's coming in. There's a little Chuck Buck signature. Very cool knife. My friend just came over on Thursday night, and I was showing him my collection, and he was showing me some knives he got on the trip, and he picked this up. And you'll have to watch the video to hear the story, but really fantastic little pocket carry. And the first 55 I've held in my hand, you can actually get a good 4 fingers on it. It locks up really good. And I guess since I'm up, I'll show my little Steel Warrior Peanut. They call it stone, but it's like a synthetic, plasticky, made to look like stone. Nice little jackknife. This is no half stops. It is kind of making me want to get an actual case peanut, which I'm thinking about getting, maybe and possibly a brown bone. But yeah, good little.
I brought my case peanut.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought, these are just so small, but you put them in the pocket and you don't even notice it. They're like, what, 2 7/8?
Yeah.
Or 2 3/4. But I love the jackknife. Really cool. And since I can't find a case actual jackknife or Texas Jack, I think they're coming out with a normal size one that's 3 3/8. These peanuts are really cool.
Yeah, I like those. I did get a one of the 087 jackknives that they are coming out with later this year. I found one of the older ones, and so that's really cool. I made a video on that one. I can grab it if you like to see it. The thing with the peanut and then that jackknife, the 087 is the 087 is basically like peanut that's 1 inch longer, It's exactly the same kind of a frame. It's got this.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show the Peanut, and then I'll go grab that other one too here in a second. The next time somebody goes full screen, but it's the same kind of a serpentine frame, where it has the sloping bolster. So the Peanut, Mike Curtis got me interested in these, and I started reading more about the Peanut. And there's actually kind of a cult of Case Peanut fans that are out there. And it is a very handy and useful knife. I think that you can get through your day really well with one of these. And the nice thing about a small knife is a small knife, can do things that a big knife can't do, but it can do most of the things that a big knife can. And it has a pretty decent size pen on it too. And that's one of the things I like about Case knives is they seem to have a slightly longer, pen blade on most of them. But I'll get that. I'll go get that other one and show it to you here in a sec. But we'll see who wants to go next, so I can go grab a knife. You ready, Tom? You're muted, by the way, Tom. Tom.
Is he making us out again?
Yeah.
Why did you bother me having me on the show if you're going to show all the knives that I had ready to show?
I'm sorry.
So I'm sure you're on your way to go get a knife that I'm getting ready to show. So go ahead and go get it.
I will.
Just,
and you go ahead
upstage
and
me. Just upstage me. But
I can.
I've got the little Mighty Mite too. It's a wonderful little knife. But since somebody already showed that knife, out of turn, I might say, I do have another little old timer here. And this is I think it's the 108. The 108. So it's got a nice clip blade there. And of course your pen blade there. And look at that, I can see through my hands.
Oh, you're pulling out all the tricks.
I am. Look at that. It's okay. I forgive you, brother RJ. This time.
That's what brothers are for, is to forgive each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you this, Andrew. I think you'll like it. So here is the 087 jack, and then here is the difference between the Peanut and the jackknife. So it's just about an inch, but it's basically the same type knife, but larger. So now you can still get all 4 fingers on this instead of a 3-finger knife. You get a slightly larger blade, and of course, like I said, you get a very capable pen blade. So this is actually really good. This was really neat. I found this at Shepherd Hills. It appears that they're sold out of them now. This is the dark red bone. It's jigged, and this was actually a CV knife. So it was back when they had the chrome vanadium, which I felt was pretty awesome. This guy here is in carbon steel, but I think I showed this on the other video. Now the jackknife does not have half stops like the Peanut does. But you see the same type of clip blade, just slightly longer, and same thing with the pen blades. It's just a bigger one, but that 087 pattern is coming back just like the Barlow. So I can see that I'll be saving my pennies for more Case knives.
Yeah, I've noticed that they have the barn board is available, the purple barn board, which I almost bought, but then I noticed also that they're coming out with an smooth emerald green bone, and so I'm kind of excited about what's to come for sure on those.
Well, yeah, I am too. I think that the Case Barlows, that's probably the most exciting new knife release for me, is having that back in their regular production, and I really am looking forward to the different covers that they're going to put on there, because it's definitely going to be a fun knife to collect and to get a hold of.
Yeah, well, now that I got one and I scratched that Case Barlow bug that itch, that I finally got one. But I do not have a jackknife besides, just peanuts and stuff. I do have a small Case jackknife. I can't remember if I showed this the last time I picked this up from a thrift store. It's just like a little jack. It's 3 1/4 inch. I thought it was brown Delrin, but a lot of people are saying it's bone, and it could just be smoothed out bone. I can't remember if I showed this on your show or Tom's show, but it's a cool little knife. I think they're asking $17, and I got it for $16, and the walk and talk is still good. Now the main blade is pretty ground down, but not too bad. It's still got really good snap and carbon back springs. But yeah, the purple, it's a dark purple. I'm not a purple fan, but it's a really dark purple, and in the light it pops really nice. Of course, I call this the bat symbol shield, but it's the coat of arms. Actually, I just watched TK's video last night.
Yeah.
I just did a quick kind of unboxing, and I'm still going to do a video. I'm going to actually do a comparison with frost knives, because the patterns are so close, and want to let people know, what's $60 more worth to you. But this is a very nice Barlow. I am very glad they brought it back for sure.
And what did you call that shield?
Oh, like the bat shield. I think it was Russ Castle was saying it looks like a manta ray. They had them on another series, Mountain Manta Ray. Yeah. And Pete, Jersey Knife Guy, was mentioning, it's kind of a small little shield. They probably could have just did away with it and maybe put something on the front bolster. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. It's a very unique knife. And I mean, for $70, it's kind of a pricey Barlow, but I spent $60 for an Arthur Wright & Son. I'm just glad to finally have a Case Barlow, because on eBay, they're all over $100 for anything on secondary market. So never going to lose on that.
So would you have preferred to have them put, Case on the bolster, or would you prefer just to have it be plain and just have the Case name on the tang stamps?
I think I would have preferred Case on the bolster, but it's definitely unique. And if they're bringing the pattern back, they're probably going to do multiple things. There's a red one coming out, and I don't think it has a shield, and they have some writing on the blade. So they're probably going to be just doing a bunch of stuff. I just need to start saving my pennies for when they drop them.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm the same way. I'm like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do. And with that knife, I'm not really as concerned with, like a lot of times I'll pick up one in yellow Delrin or orange Delrin or something like that. Maybe if they had it in black Delrin, I would definitely get that. But I think I'm more interested in getting the Barlow with the bone covers, and going for that. It just seems so classic with them.
They have great prices on their synthetic blacks, and I almost like they have the jackknife for I think under $50, but I like to hold out and just spend $10, $12 more and get something in bone, because they just do it so well.
Yeah, I agree. They do a great job on that. That's for sure.
But the Delrin is durable. Like if you're going to use it for a work knife and may drop it, you don't have to worry about it cracking or breaking.
Of course. And I probably will get one, like I said, because I probably will want one to carry at work or whatever. So yeah, that is very cool. Yep. Barlows are very, very handy knife. Did you have something you wanted to show, Tom, or?
Oh, yeah, I'll get this real big fancy knife out here.
Oh, I like big fancy knives.
Very nice.
Isn't that awesome? Can you see those covers?
Is that your green bone?
Look at that. Aren't they awesome looking?
Is it a green pearl?
I made these covers.
Oh, wow.
I did. No, this is one of them little knives, and I almost want to think you could get these out of like the little peanut machines. You'd put a penny in, and one of them little gumball type machines. You get different items in a little plastic thing. Almost think you could use to get these little knives, or you could get them at the carnival. I don't know, but yeah, just a handy little knife. Again, you have the little ring down there. You could put it on your watch fob. But the covers were all torn up on it, so I dug the covers out. I took a piece of a ribbon for like wrapping paper or a ribbon, a bow, and cut out. Used green and cut them out, pasted them down in there, and then put some stuff over the top of them. So there's my green covered refurbishment on this. You can tell high dollar, high value, extremely rare, hard to find knife.
It's a custom one of a kind piece.
It's a custom one of a kind knife to light piece. Yes,
exactly. I mean that's a Knife Delight special right there.
Yeah,
but
I'd hate to see what an auction house would get for this.
I'm telling you. So, anyways, Jess is vying for the producer job there. Did you see the comment on the screen, Tom?
Well, come on in, Jess. You can take over anytime. You can have every headache right along with it. If you can work with RJ, God bless you. But he makes a good point. Let's hit that like button.
There you go.
Hit that like button.
There we go. I hit the like button finally.
Very good. Thank you. It's not mandatory, but it helps.
Somehow,
every like, every comment, as many people as we can get here in the chat room, that all helps these videos.
Somehow YouTube has to come up with a way that I could have a button and I can shock the person in the talk box that hasn't hit the like button yet.
El Phoenix asked what happened to Mimo. From what I understand, he's taken a break from YouTube. I don't know anything more than that. I just think he's just on a break right now.
I've also noticed that he's been gone. I had sent him some stickers a while ago, so I had his email and I reached out to him to make sure he's all right, and he said he is all good. It sounds like he's just taking a break, but I do miss him because he definitely a good part of the community.
Oh, absolutely. He's a big part of the community, a big part of the lives, all that stuff. It's good. Ray from North Star Knife Reviews says Junior's going to have that knife up on eBay, Tom, so you better keep it locked up.
He probably would.
Does that boy know how to work a computer?
Not too well. Usually I'm wondering if I've caught a virus on my computer, or did Junior just get on it for a while. So
nice. Hey Casey, I see you're in the chat room. Nice to have you. So okay, who's next to show something? Am I up or is somebody else?
I have one ready. Maybe Tom.
Go right ahead.
We'll go with you, Andrew. That's
okay.
That's fine.
My only small copperhead. Basically, they're copying. It's Steel Warrior. They're copying case. It's 3 inches closed, and it's just one blade on each side. I'm pretty interested with how many patterns Frost copies from case. Like they're almost exact replicas.
Well, I don't know that they're copying case. They're making their version of the pattern. Because a lot of those patterns don't have any kind of patent or anything like that on them anymore.
True. I'm just blown away about how close to case they are. Like the Barlow that I'm gonna compare, like they almost look identical in the blade shape, and I actually don't have a small case copperhead, but these look very similar. This is the only one I have. Actually, and it's a little cheaper. The main blade, like when you close them both, you go to pull the main blade and it hangs up on the secondary blade. So not the best quality, but for a little $9 knife, kind of cool. And I went crazy with these covers. I had to get almost every one in the series except the toothpick.
Yeah. So Cheeto Bandito says he hopes you talk about the troll doll on the shelf.
Oh, you can see that. I think I have the chat blocking it. I've gotten this, I think, in Reno when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
The crazy green eyes, green hair. And, of course, when I was going through my stuff, I found it again. So it's the little troll watching. Always love the crazy, messy hair. You can do crazy, fun things. I should have also, as a child, got the orange-haired one with the orange eyes. But
yeah, it's so funny because those used to be everywhere when we were kids, and you don't see them anymore as much. But yeah, they're crazy.
I thought it was funny that I still had it and found it. I have no idea what they're worth, but it's kind of it's nice to have them over my shoulder.
Yeah, it's like that and the Lucky Rabbit's Foot keychain.
Oh yes, I had a green one of those too. I don't know what happened to it.
I had a blue and white one.
I think our dog at the time chewed it up.
Oh yeah, those were the days, man. That was definitely back in the day. Mikey Newman had a request. Tom, he says he wants to see some bucks.
I'm digging them out right now, so whenever you're ready, OJ.
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so our topic today is small knives or tiny knives. So that's why I'm showing some of the smaller ones here. This is the Buck 705 Pony, and part of the 700 series. Just a gorgeous little knife. And this is called their tiny executive knife, is how Buck referred to it.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yep. And this one was made, this one was from the year 2000. And you'll see there's no Buck shield on this one. So in the 700 series, there was kind of three different versions, between just block lettering on the tang stamp and script lettering on the tang stamp, and then various shields, including one no shield, I guess you would say. So that was the tiny executive, and then I think this is the Buck yearling, and they refer to it as the executive. So there's a little bit difference in size here. See the difference in size. So yeah, double-ended jack, clip point, and pen blade. Now, these series of knives kind of go hand in hand with what they were doing in their 300 series of knives, because they did have the, I'll break out the Buck Lancer, the 305. So here's one with their traditional, saw cut Velox. And the Lancer was a nice little knife for a long time. So it's got a really nice clip point and then a coping blade. So Case makes something similar to this. I could break it out here in a minute, but this is what Case might call a half whittler. But typically a knife with a coping blade on it's kind of a whittling type knife because you can get in and make such precise cuts with that coping blade there. So I've got a couple of these from different years. Currently, I know they're out of production. So currently, like a lot of the Buck slip joint knives, they've shifted production of their slip joints overseas. So these days, it's called the Buck Deuce, I think. It's just got the coping blade. Yeah. So this is the current version that you would get, called the Buck Deuce, number 375. So nice little knife.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately not made in the USA anymore. So there's just a few of my small buck knives.
Those are definitely some cool ones for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, well, the smallest, well, I don't know if it's the smallest buck knife, but I did bring, because I think they're on the small side. This is the Buck Cadet, the
Yeah.
303 Cadet. And I think these are just a great stockman. I really do like these a lot. This is the one that I rescued from a thrift store and sent into Buck, and they made this thing perfect. It is like brand new, and I couldn't be happier with it. But yeah, these things go right in your pocket, and they are just such a handy knife. So you got all three of your blades there. Just a fantastic little knife. So definitely look out for these guys if you can find one. And these are the ones with the 3-spring, uh, frames, and each blade has its own spring, and it's definitely a good knife, good work knife. That's for sure. I like that one. Another one that CB Tactical left, I should have showed this earlier. He gifted me this little Boker Jewel, and another great little lockback. Just awesome little knife. They look so nice.
Oh, what is that?
This is the Boker Jewel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's little lockback. You can get all 4 fingers on it. But yeah, just a really, really sweet knife. One that, it looks good no matter what you're doing. It looks good.
Is that just like a 440A stainless steel blade?
I think it is, but let me see if it says on the blade. Yeah, 440A. Yep, 440A.
Cool.
And like I said, it'll get you through your day. It's good enough for all of that. And then since El Phoenix is here, one of my favorite little knives, he gifted me this guy here. This is that little baby Kershaw that's from, I don't know when this was made, back in the 60s or whatever, but definitely a 5th pocket knife. It's just a slip joint, but then on the other side, it's got your cap lifter and little screwdriver, and on the other side, it's ground like a file. So kind of a nice alternative to a classic SD or something of that, but definitely a fun knife.
Very cool.
All right.
Well, I guess I'm spoiling all my mini Mondays. Go ahead, Tom. You're ready.
It's okay if you do, because you're just giving an overview.
There you go.
That's right. You're not giving full reviews here today.
That's right.
So I'm talking Case Peanuts, and well, there's mine.
Oh, that's the same series that Dave Singing Toad has. The kind of, is it like a baby blue?
Yeah, it's they call it blue ice. It's synthetic blue ice.
Okay.
And it's got the Ichthys shield, or the fish shield, on it.
Very nice.
So, and then I have a little Ulster peanut here I'll show here in just a second, but so there's my Case peanut. Yeah. And then from an antique store, I found this Ulster peanut. And again, this was back in my early collecting days, and I got all excited. And I had like 4 or 5 different pocket knives in my hand, trying to decide which one I wanted to buy. And somehow this ended up in the 2-buy hand. And then I get it home, and I realize it's one of the blades is broken in it.
Oh.
So it's a single blade. But I tell you what, it's Ulster. Has a wonderful clip point blade on it, which is still in very good shape. And it does not have a crisp snap to it, but it has one of the smoothest walk and talks to it. It's very smooth, with the half stop there, even though you don't hear a snap to it. Just really nice. And I just love this knife. It's got the nail notch right there for easy opening. Pull that out of the way so you can get to your secondary blade there. There's a little notch right there cut out. You can see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I wished I'd found the one that had the second blade to it. But I keep this, and I'm always looking for this Ulster model. Maybe I can find one where the clip point is broke off or no good, and the secondary blade is still good, and maybe I can make one good one out of two. So, but still a very interesting piece.
Yeah, it is. That is interesting, and man, you have to wonder just what in the heck the guy was doing to snap that blade off so close to.
Yeah, because it's snapped off right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here.
Whatever he had stuck it into, it was stuck good.
There's only maybe a third or a fourth of the blade left in there, so I don't know what he was doing.
Can you pull the rest of the blade out?
Yeah, if I get a screwdriver, I can get it pried up out of there. But
yeah, it's barely a 1/4 inch of a blade left.
Yeah,
that's really interesting, though. Because that's the fun thing with old knives is you always wonder, what happened to it. How did it get to that thrift store or pawn shop or whatever that all of a sudden you have it now, and it's like where all has it been in its past? So,
right.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, Zen Ali says he hit the bone. That's why it snapped off. Somebody might still have a piece of that while they're wandering around. They can't go through the airport now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I was going to show this is the smallest buck knife I have. I think it is it's like a Trapper Peanut. It's like 2 7/8, like red pack wood. I think it's the 361. I don't think they sell them individually. It came in like a tin. But the fit and finish on this is great. It's funny. It doesn't say China on it anywhere, but a great snap. The smallest little Trapper. It's a peanut size, under 3 inches. I've yet to carry it, but I'm pretty impressed with the fit and finish. Like I see a slight gap in the back spring. And you got your like mini spade blade there. Nice. It's kind of a cool to have a Trapper size peanut. And actually my case, or not my case, excuse me, my Queen peanut is longer. This is a 3-inch spear point peanut. I like that they make it a little bit longer. I kind of wish it's cool that they have the spear point blade, but I kind of would like to see this with a clip point blade would be really nice. And this is the infamous one that people get some blade wrap on the main blade, so I got to remember to just slowly close it. But the brown saw cut bone is very nice on this. Great fit and finish with double threads. Really nice. And I think Rough Rider made a version of this. Sue Chicken had pointed that out to me. But of course had to complete this series. So, and I do have also, I wouldn't call it mini, but this is the Small Stockman by Queen in the Winterbottom bone. It's pretty small, but it's a great little 5th pocket. Half stops, 440 C steel. Just a great little Stockman. So not really mini, but probably 3 1/4 inch, maybe a little longer.
Yeah. Yep, those are good for sure. have a nice little Stockman here. This was one I got from my brother-in-law. He said this was his Boy Scout knife, and this is I think it's a Anvil brand. Yeah, it has a little anvil in the square. So I took it home and cleaned it up. Asked him if he wanted it back after I cleaned it up. He said, "No, you hold on to it." But it's a really cool little small knife, and it actually came out pretty good. So it has some pretty nice blades. Not a whole lot of action on the springs. They're pretty worn out, but really for a little Cub Scout knife, I think he did pretty good with this. And then when I made the video about it, somebody said that they had one of the larger Anvil knives, and they're still out there, but this is the smallest one that they made. And I was thinking for a Cub Scout, that's probably about, especially knowing Randy, that's probably all his mom trusted him with. This little guy, because Randy was quite a wild boy, from what I understand from my wife. But then I had this little Camillus. This is a Remington branded knife that Camillus made, and this is kind of what got me back into slip joints. Was this knife came with I forget how many it was, but it was like, buy this box of 22 long rifle and get this knife for free. And I was like, hey, that looked cool. So I did, and it's marked Remington UMC on the tank stamp, but somebody told me it was a Camillus made knife, and it's just really cool. It has a half stop. And this was really what got me back into traditional knives, because I was cleaning out a drawer. I've told this story before. I found this knife, and I hadn't looked at it in years, and pulled it out, had the half stops, had all the stuff to it, and it just really took me back to a different time. And that was in the beginning of the lockdowns and all the other stuff, all the other insanity we went through, and it kind of really kicked me onto the traditional train, because I wanted to remember a better time than the one we were living in. That's for sure.
Hey, RJ,
Yes, sir.
before you go, Byron has a question. He says, that's a new brand for me, talking about the Anvil brand.
Sure.
Do you know more about that company? And because I've not heard of that brand either.
It's an American-made company. I don't know if they were owned by anybody else. On the tank stamp, it just says Anvil produced. Let's see. Can't read it. I'd have to get better light. My old eyes can't see it, and I don't have a flashlight with me. But yeah, I do have a video about this, Byron. But yeah, we can go over that maybe in a little. Oh, okay. Stuart Gross says it's part of Colonial. That's what I think it says. I think it says PROV RI on there. So yeah, so there you go. Part of Colonial, one of their brands that they had. So, but yeah, they're out there, and it is. But no, it's not part of Buck, KC.
No.
Yes, they do use an anvil, but it's a guy hammering is it a nail or a bolt?
A bolt.
A bolt.
So yeah,
right.
The Buck logo, the traditional Buck logo, is because when Hoyt Buck was first making his knives to demonstrate the toughness, he would go out and he would cut a bolt with one of his knives to show everybody how tough a knife it was. So that's where their original logo, or that logo, comes from.
I think I watched Peterbilt do that with a 119, actually.
Could be, yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked great, and it did no damage to the blade. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't think I would do that with a 119, but it's nice to know that they can.
Yeah. You brought up Singing Toad. I think he's got the Pocket Hunter.
Yep.
Yep. That's this one here. It's from 2020, and it was the case vault pattern for that year. So I thought while I had these blue synthetics out, I'd show a couple more of the smaller ones. So there's the Pocket Hunter. Very nice little knife. And then I've got one of the, and I keep seeing this called different things and different websites, the tiny toothpick or the small Texas toothpick or something, but it's one of the smaller case toothpicks with the blue synthetic, and again, the Ichthys symbol on it.
So is the Pocket Hunter about 3 inches or a little bit longer? I guess
Oh, what is it here?
probably 3 inches.
It is 2 3/4.
Oh wow! I didn't realize it was that small.
Yep. Of course, it's based off the, what is that, the 6.5 full size hunter.
Yeah.
So, but it's a handy little knife.
Yeah,
That's
and
pretty
maybe it
cool.
looks a little bigger because it's just thicker and a deeper.
Yeah, it is real thick.
Yeah.
Really nice. They did a really good job on the fit and finish on this one.
Yeah, Singing Toad was pretty happy with his.
Yep.
It's always good when you get a good fit and finish from Case.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they get it right, they really get it right.
Mhm.
When they get it wrong, it's kind of disappointing because you're like, come on, I know you guys can do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Singing Toad saying this was the Pocket Hunter was his first Case knife, and he absolutely loves it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do produce a lot of knives, so I can see mistakes happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then Jeroen says that's so you can use a lot of case paste there because Tom goes fishing these days collecting cases, is what TK said.
Yep.
But I think you use case paste for just about anything.
You can. You can.
Zen says the Pocket Hunter is one of the smallest knives that Case makes.
Yep.
Speaking of Zen, I have his small knife. It's a little Camillus that he sent to me, which this is awesome. This is the Model 21. And I love how it has the ringed bolsters on it. Just a really neat jackknife pattern with half stops. You know, another great knife for fifth pocket carry. You can get 3 fingers on it easily, but yeah, it's definitely a smaller knife. Does have half stops. Here's your pen blade on it. Just a really sweet little knife, and definitely great fifth pocket carry. And another one that goes in that category is I have, this is my oldest case. This is a from '89, and this guy here is just a little small pen knife that they have. But I always thought that the downward kick that they put on this blade is just insane.
I've never seen that blade before.
I'm telling you, it's crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you say that's a case knife or?
It sure is.
Wow, I've never seen that.
It has jigged Delrin. And here is the pen blade on the other side. This is a 62033. And here you go. This is almost the way that pen blade drops down there. It could have been a Warncliffe. It just barely missed being one. If this would have extended out just a little bit farther, it would have been a Warnie for sure. But yeah, Jig Delrin. It's a really very cool knife, and this is one that's no longer in the catalog.
So what do they call that main blade then? Is that a modified clip point or?
Don't know. In fact, looking up information on this pattern was very frustrating for me because I don't know if they just used this 1 year or whatever, but it is not it's not listed anywhere. But I mean, with it being set down, it's just perfect for making that draw cut to open a box or to open letters or something of that nature. But yeah, they don't have this anymore. But it is really a very cool knife, and one that I'm really glad is in my collection. I traded this. I traded for this one from Mark Kaufman. I think this is probably the best knife trade I ever made.
Very cool. Hey, I'm going to grab a little bit more coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I have a special knife for Byron.
Okay.
Byron, I think I saw him in the comments saying he doesn't like purple or violet or something knives. So, of course, I had to break it out just to show you, Byron. There you go. This is the case, the little small lockback. The case doesn't do a lot of lockback knives, but this is one of the small ones. It is in the Ictus series with the Ictus shield there. And it is bone, and it is ultraviolet bone. And I just think they did a great job on it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just really nice bone there. So that's for you, Byron. Next, I have this. Oh, what is this? I'm trying to figure out, remember the pattern of 42 something. But this is was made like between 1920 and 1940 or something like that. So I found this in an antique store, and I think I paid $4 for it. So just a really nice double-ended jack there. Almost a penknife, I guess. Still in very good shape. Hardly looks used. A lot of blade left on them. Covers are in good shape. So this would be my oldest case knife that I have. And then amongst some of the newer ones, Mrs. Knife Delights got me this one this year. And this is the green apple bone that they came out with. Nice. And it's the half Congress. So I can get it open here. It's the half Congress. Nice blades. And this is not picking it up with the lighting here, but it's got that black shield on it. And it really stands out against this green bone.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, hey. No, we're looking for orange colored, aren't we? Darn.
Wrong open tag. We don't do
wrong open
knives.
Tag.
We don't do green knives are in March.
Yeah, that's a leprechaun knife. Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Maybe by March we'll have our leprechaun back.
That could be.
Since he's on hiatus.
If not, we'll have to poke him with a shillelagh.
Very, very true. Oh my goodness. All right. So I think this would be a good time to break out my little mini canoe. This is a Queen knife from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Little half stops on this guy. Got the black lip pearl covers. Just a really fine little canoe. I think this is just a fantastic. This is my church carry. Is this guy right here, because it's just so nice and looks so good. Never get tired of looking at those covers. They're just they are awesome.
Was that the mini canoe?
That's the mini canoe from Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the dogleg canoe from Rough Rider, which is kind of interesting because it's a lockback also, just on the one blade. It's kind of cool. Again, this is something that you can get 3 fingers on with the curve, the dog leg there. It really locks in your hand. It's very very handy with that locking blade that makes it even more capable. And then on the other side, it has like a little spay blade, which is really interesting for a canoe pattern because you just don't see a spay on a canoe at all. But then again, you don't see very many dogleg canoes. But that's
What are the covers on that one? Is it micarta?
yeah. This is the denim micarta. that
Okay.
they have, the blue jean material. Yeah. Yep, Jeroen, you knew there had to be one.
I missed Tom's green apple bone. I heard it in the next room. Those are That's a great color, and I wanted to pick up a mini trapper in that, but they're pretty much sold out.
It didn't show up good in the light, but yeah, it looks like green apple. It really does.
Definitely different than the emerald green that they're going to be coming out with.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Oh, Zen, I think that was the dog bone jack was the one that came with the dog whistle, and the other one is a dog leg canoe. So yeah, it's definitely different knives.
I don't know if I have any other small knives. I think that might be.
Are you tapped out for your mini Mondays?
I think so.
That's okay. Tom's here. He's holding up a knife. He's here to save us. Go ahead and show us a knife, Tommy.
Okay. I cannot identify the maker of this knife. I do not know who made it. But those covers are sterling silver. And this is truly would fit the definition of a gentleman's knife. Because it does have a pair of scissors folded up on the back. And I'm not going to pull them out because the things are, well, I think they're bent, and I don't want to break anything pulling out all the attachments. But here you can see a couple of the different grooming tools here. There is a blade down in here too. But I think a true gentleman's knife, to meet the definition, I think is supposed to have a pair of scissors. But so kind of a true gentleman's knife was a grooming knife. So I think this here was like for cuticles, either that or for earwax. And then you've got like this here with that tiny little blade on it. I think that's a corn knife. You can trim your corns. So, but it is a fantastic little knife. The only tang stamp I can find is there's like a Thunderbird stamped on one of the tangs, and underneath it says Japan. So I'm sure this is one of those post-World War II type knives that used to come out of Japan.
Oh, very unique blade set on that.
It is.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't want to use that knife anywhere on any parts of my body, but it's kind of cool looking.
it is. Well, they used to make these, so I mean, it was quite common for a gentleman to have them.
I guess so. Good thing I'm not a gentleman.
I guess.
Looks kind of torturous.
Yeah, Drone says it's a grooming knife, and yeah, that's exactly it.
There we go.
Well,
okay.
Tom already showed his, so I pulled my little white bone mini Congress out. I think it'd be about 2 inches or less than 2 inches. Same as Tom's, but the bone's not quite as nice. This blade stock is very thin and wobbly. You can almost bend them with your finger. I do get a little blade wrap on one of them. But very difficult to pull these teeny blades out. You got to have some nails. But I got this as it was so cheap, and as a joke, I got to remember to keep it on me at all times. So when somebody asks if I have a pocket knife, I can hand them this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk about this too, because I had the same thought, Byron. When he said earwax, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this must have been right before they invented Q-tips."
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Wow, this is much better than sticking that knife in my ear." But yes, that's definitely that's a rough thing there. No, Randy WSG says he has the same blade wrap on his knife. Andrew.
Yeah, it's interesting. It must just be a pattern flaw.
Well, here you go. I guess no one's pulled out a little cub lockback from Rough Rider. This is the copper swirl design. So it's got the copper bolsters on it, which have taken on a nice patina. And these things are really handy. That little finger choil, it just locks right in. Nice little 3-finger knife. And yeah, these are very handy. Squirrel hunter knife right here. But I always liked how they did this copper swirl. Yep.
Yeah.
Copper squirrels and swirls. But I like how they did this pattern or this series of knives. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one I don't have, but I think they make them in Redbone also and a few other covers. Do they have them in, or do they have them without the Rough Rider stamp on the front bolster? I think all of them do.
I think all of them have the big R.
Yeah.
I think all of them do.
Because they don't have a shield or anything. Yeah.
Right. And then going to your other ones, here's a brass lockback. This is the small brass lockback from Rough Rider, which I think these are really cool. And of course, the brass gets a real nice patina over time as well. But another great blade shape and another handy little knife. This one, again, your pinky's hanging off the end, but they're just, I don't know. There's just something about these knives that patina over time that make them fun to collect and carry.
Yeah, great small lockback. I've at the antique store where I found my case, Little Jack. They had a bunch of small little wood lockbacks like that, and I keep thinking, oh, it's an old buck, and I pick it up, and they all had a made in China stamp or on a made in
right
and unlabeled. So I think they had like generic brands of those, but really cool small lockbacks.
Yeah. Okay, Tom, I see you're ready.
Well, I thought, well, I had my case knives out. Here's a small Stockman. So it's a pattern 7333. The purple curly maple and the Ichthus shield.
That's really nice.
Yep. So it's a small Stockman, as the name implies. Handy little knife. And then, I don't remember, Andrew, did you pull out a mini copper head or a mini copper lock?
A mini copper head. I don't have a copper lock.
Okay. So here's my mini copper head.
Oh.
Again, in
the
curly maple.
Oh, wow. Yeah, different blade shape. What are those? Are they 3 inches or just a little over 3 inches?
Yeah, that's a Wharncliffe there.
Wow.
The frame is, so a closed length would be 3 inches.
Wow, that's way nicer than my Steel Warrior for sure.
So it's got pen blade and a Wharncliffe.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that
case knives.
That purple wood is really, really nice.
Yeah, it's a fantastic cover.
You have a Panama Trapper in the same covers, right?
I do. Would you like to see it? I do have it out right now. If you want to see it,
I would like to.
It's not many.
It's not many, but I'd love to see it because I love those knives and I have one on my list.
Since we got RJ's permission, I'll dig her out here. It's right here.
Since we're on the topic of purple curly maple, is that what you called it?
Yeah. Smooth purple curly maple. It's a mouthful.
Byron's he loves the Burl Maple series, but he's having problems with the dark purple.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, Byron. Just embrace your inner Prince fan. You can do it. You'll be all right.
At least it's not pink. Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
And
those are cool knives.
What the camera doesn't pick up on a lot of these purple curly maple is there's like gold streaks running through it, like little gold veins running through it.
Oh, wow.
But the camera doesn't pick that up. But some of these are the wood pattern is just absolutely gorgeous. So that's the Panama Trapper.
Yeah, fantastic looking knife.
Yes, sorry, Stacy. Pink is pretty. I think they make pink peanuts.
Well, here I got a couple more small knives that we can show, and they're both old timers. The good old 34 OT. It's a little bit smaller than a case medium Stockman. So it's a little bigger than their small Stockman. It fits right in that space, and that's one of the things Old Timer did is that they kind of made their stuff just a little bit smaller, make it more handy. Of course, this is the Heritage series, so it has the D2 blades. So it's a nice upgraded knife. It has the pack of wood covers. So it's really that gray laminate that they have on there is awesome. But with the addition of the D2 tool steel, I think makes this just a fantastic knife. So here's the little pen blade it has. But these are just fantastic knives. You can get all 4 fingers on it. This was my first Stockman when I was a teenager. I used to carry a 34 OT all the time, and it was something that I carried. The original one is gone. I have no idea what happened to it after I went in the service, but it's just lost or whatever. But I've replaced it several times over, so I got lots of them. And then I traded Thrifty Kniffy for this one. This is the Generational Series 94 OT Trapper, which is a very small jackknife, but this is in the 1095 saw cut brown bone. Like I said, 1095 blades, and this was made by Bear & Sons for Old Timer. And here is your spay blade. And I like the 94 OTs. They're a very handy knife. They're a little smaller than they're right in that sweet spot between a case mini trapper and a case full-size trapper.
Oh, cool.
So, it's definitely something, if you don't have a 94 OT, then you may want to explore that as a option too. And I have several of the 94 OTs, but yeah, lots of videos on those too. I think I have a video on all of them.
I wish they would make a jackknife in that series. Would be really cool, I think. The USA made D2.
Yeah.
Heritage.
Yep. All right, we'll see you, Jerbs.
See you, Jerbs.
He's getting ready to go. All right, there you go, Tom.
Okay. A little Imperial cigar shape or equal-ended, 2-bladed jack. And based on the Tang stamp, it would have been made between 46 and 56. So just a nice little one. It is missing the bail or clevis, but pretty neat little knife.
Very cool.
Yep. My lighting is not doing so well here. Is that better?
Yeah.
In the dark. Can you see that okay? All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it looks like, is it brown or black covers?
Yeah, it's black.
Okay.
So RJ, it's small, but it's not technically a knife. Can I still show it?
Sure.
Okay. It's a small multi-tool.
You know we don't do multi-tools on this.
You said. That's why I asked first. Okay, I'll only show the blade then.
You can show it all. It's fine. I don't have a problem with multi-tools.
Now, this is Imperial had several different lines, and one of their lines was called Jackmaster. And so this is out of the Jackmaster line of knives, and it's just a little multi-tool. And I think it was from the 1950s.
Wow.
That's a corkscrew.
Cracked ice.
Yeah, the covers are in pretty bad shape, but the rest of the knife's okay. There's your little tiny can opener.
Oh, wow.
Does have the clevis on it still. Here's your little cap lifter and screwdriver. And there's another blade.
Wow. Did that inspire the Swiss Army knives?
Oh no, the Swiss Army knives came way before. They got started back in the late 1800s?
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
back in the 1880s.
Yeah.
That's a very cool piece.
So yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Jackmaster from Imperial.
That's kind of cool.
Jackmaster line
Right.
from.
Oh,
Yep.
go ahead. I kind of was stepping on you there at the end, but it looks like those double thick or double wide designs that they had, like where they'd have like two trappers put together, and have 4 blades coming
Sure.
out. So
Sure.
it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
In a way.
Is that made in Ireland or made in USA?
Oh, this was made in USA because this was back in the 50s. So Ireland, Imperial Schrade, they did not have them being made in Ireland until about the 1990s.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in the early 90s.
Yep. Interesting stuff.
Well,
All right.
I found
Guys?
another mini. It's the mini cleaver.
Well, there you go.
They call it the butcher, but it's I don't know what you could really butcher garlic maybe with it, but the Kaiser with micarta covers. This is actually 154 cm. Nice little mini cleaver.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know how handy it would be, but it's cool.
Yeah, I take it camping. Little 3-finger knife. I do like they have this cutaway so you can get there and chop and mince garlic. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, these were like $50-something when they first came out, and I wouldn't spend that, but they went on sale for half price and I had a discount. So I got it for, I don't know, $17, $18. So couldn't pass it up. 154 cm with micarta, a nice Kydex sheath, scout carry.
Yeah.
Under $20 for a Kaiser and with those materials. But I think this may be my last mini. And like I said, I already showed the small cotton sampler earlier in the. I don't know if everybody was here to see it. I can't see how many people are in the chat, but
we got our usual number. We
got 41.
We're
Cool.
41 people. Yep.
very
So
cool.
we thank all of you for joining us and being part of this live stream. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. That's for sure. So what do you think, Tom? I know you had to run early. Are you?
Yeah, let me. I'll share one more here, quick like.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up after this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll hang up as we wrap things up here. This is a little Camillus double-ended jack,
That's sweet.
and it is in very good shape. And
Yeah.
I think I paid like $2 for it in the antique store, and
Wow.
it looks brand new.
Yeah, it does.
Brand new. Of course, you got the traditional yellow synthetic, only it's a very light yellow. So there's the pen blade. I don't think it's been used. I really don't. Just in terrific shape. So, yeah, Camillus.
Very nice. All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and call an end to this one. Tom had some stuff he had to leave early, and I actually have some stuff I need to run around and do as well. Yeah, El Phoenix says he needs to get to an antique store. I just might hit one myself. I don't know.
And antique stores, pawn shops. Now,
Yep.
you know, for a lot of my knives, it takes multiple trips and multiple different stores.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You just go in every 2 weeks or once a month and see what's new there. And if there is anything new. So, you know,
Oh,
you don't
wow.
get them all.
Mike-
You don't always
Mike
hit the
Curtis,
jackpot right away in the first store, but a little persistence.
Yep. Mike Curtis showed up right at the end. I'm glad you're here, Mike. He had sent me a message earlier saying that unfortunately he wasn't going to be able to be here, but you're here at the end, Mike. That's all that matters. You
Yeah, Mike.
count.
I showed Mike when I was showing my case peanut. I had you in mind.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we talk about you, Mike, when we were talking about the peanuts for sure. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you guys for joining us for RJ's Lives. I really appreciate each and every one of our audience members. Thank you guys so much. It's cool hanging out with you every Sunday. Thank you, Andrew, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Tom, for being my producer emeritus. You didn't even know I knew that word, did you? I've been studying this week, trying to.
Yeah, but if I have a title that long, shouldn't I get paid more?
You know, you should, and I'll work on that this week.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week for another edition of RJ's Lives. We'll see you then.
Have a
Take care, everybody.
All right. So long.